Yoshi, Kaihokan here reporting for the listing. So, it's been almost 3 months since Forza Horizon 4 released in October 2nd. During that time frame, I already made 42 video which fully replaced all of my games in Automotive Day schedule simply because I'm having a lot of fun. Of all those videos, 34 of them are featuring specific car, which shows a total of 37 cars if you count 2 occasions where I show more than 1 car. With that amount, obviously I have some favorites either because the tune is so perfect for me or it has some nostalgic value or, I just like the car or anything like that, Anyway, I decided to make a video listing my favorite cars. But, unlike most videos which titled Top 10 Cars Something Something Ever, which usually get invalidated when there is something much better came up to the game, like what happened when the FXX arrived, I decided to give a little twist since my Forza Horizon 4 video will probably run for a long time. Basically, what I'm going to do is making top 10 personal favorite for every 3 months. As for the cars, I'm only allowed to put the cars that I already reviewed during that time frame, so there won't be a repeated entry. Of course, car with the same model name with different year is still allowed to enter together if it happened, but I believe it'll be a rare case because I'm probably just going to put them in the same position unless they felt really different. Sounds pretty simple if you ask me. With that being said, here is my personal top 10 favorite car from October to December 2018. Number 10. Acura Integra Type R B-Class. Recently featured in my collaboration video with Damgam, the Acura Integra is placed on the bottom of this video. There are actually cars that could take her place like the Sentra Nismo or the Civic Type R with better performance. So what makes the Integra get into the list? Well, the car actually pretty exciting to drive. That's pretty much it basically. It's a good entry-level car for people who want to learn about understeer before they get into all-wheel drive cars, which has that problem, especially if it's not tuned correctly. She'll respond to you and will warn you rather nicely if you made some mistakes. Once you get used to her, I'm pretty sure you'll have a lot of fun. The only thing that made her can't go any higher is the fact that she is built for D-Class racing, which, as you probably already know, is not available in online and ranked adventure. Number 9. Porsche 944 Drift Build. If you know one thing about Porsche, it's probably the fact that almost every single lineup of Porsche looks like a 911. Don't get me wrong, I love their timeless design. In fact, it has aged really well with a little touch of modernized style here and there. But this car is an exception. The silhouette looks pretty similar to cars like RX-7 Savannah or AE86 Tofu car, which says a lot that Porsche were trying to make something else. I honestly really appreciate that, but most people are not. Sad, I know, but we are here not to talk about history. After experiencing how much fun drifting thanks to Formula Drift cars, I wanted to create a drift car which is my own. It just so happened that this car catch my eyes and I just start giving it a whole bunch of bolt-on modification. It ended up being something that I'm proud of and made a video about it just for that. Number 8. Subaru Legacy RS S1 Class. If the Integra is a nice and forgiving sister, this Legacy is a sadistic dominatrix which hides her true nature with an innocent look. People might still suspect her due to the Subaru logo, but it's not an Impreza, so people just don't really care about her. I got this car for just 3,000 credits, which is the cheapest car I bought in the auction house. The build cost me 3 times of its price if you buy it from the auto show. Stupid, I know, but for such a brutal performance, it's totally worth it. It has a bloody fast acceleration and has a good top speed as well. But as good as that is, the lack of aero for keeping it as a sleeper does cost me when I have to turn into a corner. But yeah, I can fix that to a certain extent with tuning, so I don't have much to complain about it. Number 7. How about Sunbeam Lotus S1 class? Easy come, easy go. This car was popular for a short time during the golden era of rallying called Group B Rally. This is one of my recent cars that I tuned for rallying and see its potential. I have to say, this car is actually as brutal as my previous entrance, the Legacy, but that only applies for the tarmac section. When it comes to dirt, this car is driving brilliantly and will respond smoothly. It really surprised me after I'm done with it. It's just awesome and so fun that now I call it the Fun Beam. I recommend it if you're up for some challenging drive. Number 6. 2005 Honda NSX-R A-Class. There are two NSX in this game. One is the original NSX from the 90s with the cool pop-up headlights, which is available in the auto show. The other one is the facelifted NSX from 2005, which is only obtainable from gambling of all things. I don't understand why they did that, especially when the original NSX has more options than this variant. I guess someone in the development team just don't want to see someone ruining this particular model, which I agree with. Anyway, I've been driving her a lot, and most of the driving I do with it simply just for cruising on the road. There's a lot of satisfaction just from driving around with such a beautiful car. She'll react according to what you want. You want to speed up, she'll do it. You want some sideway action, she'll do it. You want to corner smoothly, she'll do it. You get the idea. At the time of recording this, I haven't touched the new Acura NSX, which use hybrid engine and all-wheel drive. In real life, almost everyone is hating on it due to it's not being the same as the first generation, though I might give it a try next year and see what it offers in this game. Number 5. Bentley Continental GT S1 class. This car was an interesting result after I want to build a rally car with a car that has nothing to do with rallying. I found this car has all-wheel drive drivetrain, so I just think, yeah, why the hell not? And apparently I just found my go-to rally car other than Subaru Impreza. Despite the fact that she is a big girl, the amount of power under the hood actually really negate its weight for the most part. Heck, after I fixed my tune, I'm pretty sure she can do some Gymkhana stunt because she can drift in such a small radius. Other than that, the surprising performance, this car has interesting options for body kit. In fact, what you're looking right now is their GT Championship kit, which is a Bentley official body kit. How cool is that? Number 4. 2004 and 2005 Subaru Impreza WRX STI A-Class and S1 Class. As you may already know, I'm quite the fanboy for Subaru, especially when it comes to their Impreza lineup. Though saying that, I still don't know that much about their specification or the specific differences between their model variant all that much. Well, maybe with the exception of the hatchback, which I like the least. But two models of their lineup really piqued my interest. The first one is obviously the 2004 Subaru Impreza WRX STI Spec-C. I only showed it in one of my video for a single race together with the legendary 22B Impreza. It was understeering quite a lot at that time, but hey, you love your girl despite her flaw, alright? And that's where the 2005 Impreza WRX STI Spec-F came in. This is the car where I started to experiment on how to tackle a lot of problems with all-wheel drive car in general in this game. And since she is in S1 class, a lot of her problem is more pronounced thanks to the huge amount of power she has. After a lot of tuning, I managed to fix most of her trouble that hindered my driving. From that, I tried to use her as a base to fix the Spec-C, which works really well. Granted, they still have some problem, but I feel like it's not a big deal to me. Number 3. Dodge Charger Daytona S1 Class. Well, what else am I a big fan of? There is Dodge with their Charger lineup, particularly their SRT8 and the iconic Charger Daytona. This car is basically just a normal 69 Charger, but what makes it so different from that Charger is the fact that Dodge was trying so hard to make it aerodynamic for NASCAR competition. The front got longer thanks to an additional acute body panel with small fixed splitter for aerodynamic. The rear got possibly the largest wing in history done by the manufacturer themselves as a road car. The crazy thing is that those things actually works. In game, it gets crazier thanks to the modification feature of this game. You can put on the Hellcat engine on it and it can compete against McLaren F1. Of course, it won't defeat it outright, but it came pretty close. I just love it. Dodge, I love you. Number 2. 2016 Porsche GT3 RS S2 Class. As far as I can remember, I only featured 3 cars with 998 Ti. Those are Lamborghini Aventador, Ferrari 812 Superfast, and of course, the one which made it into this list, Porsche GT3 RS. She is such an excellent car to drive and possibly the only car that I can be comfortable with on Ice2 races. In fact, I do have the 2019 GT3 RS and that one is also a great car without swapping the drivetrain. Yes, you heard it right. This car originally has rear-wheel drive, but I swapped it to separate the two from each other. I tuned this car in response to my own joke in the Alpine A110 video saying that I would build a car and call it my waifu name, Hannah Fritz. Well, turns out I like the car a lot and it gave me the same reaction when I got Hannah from Cosmic Break 2 for the first time. I'm not sure how good she is in terms of competitiveness, but I sure am loving her. Honorable mentions: Ferrari 812 for helping me out on GT car Forza Horizon Speed Trap, Renault Alpine A110 for being such a beast as one rally car, Mercedes E63 for trying to compete against Rally Bentley, Lamborghini Diablo and Miura for being what it is, and lastly, Jaguar XFR-S for being a comfortable ride for a certain lady. Alright, let's move on to the final entry. Number 1. McLaren F1 S1 Class. Pretty sure those who follow me for quite a while see this coming miles away, being one of the most unique and fun to drive with little adjustment here and there. This car definitely takes the cake. Rear-wheel drive, check. Mid-engine, check. Holds some nostalgic value from the old game, also check. Awesome look, check. Has a lot of quirks and features, check. Do I love it? Definitely check. God, she's just performed so well while maintaining her elegant look. This is what you call a supercar. At the time this video is created, there will be a reincarnation of her already shown by McLaren called McLaren Speedtail, and hopefully she'll be a proper successor to McLaren F1. So yeah, that's wraps up everything. And well, this will be the last video for this year, well, at least for this game. And well, I don't think I have much to say, so maybe the next 3 months we'll find another cars that's really interesting, so yeah, stay tuned for that.